Alrighty guys, welcome back to another beta Minecraft tutorial. Today we're going to be learning how to build the best hostile mob farm in beta Minecraft. Now this hostile mob farm was of course designed by the Deadly Dirt Block and was first shown to me on the back to beta server, and this is by far the best hostile mob farm I've ever seen in beta Minecraft. Now today I'm in a flat world so that I can show you the best possible rates without having to light up caves and mob proof, things of course you guys are going to have to do in your regular world. And I will be using a combination of single player commands and the too many items mod so that I can bring this tutorial to you a lot easier. Okay, now the first thing we want to do is start with the area of the farm and the water collection system. Now it's important to note that the highest you could possibly start building this farm at is Y62. So if you look at my top left, my Y level is at 5. If that number said 62, that is the highest you can possibly start placing blocks like this. That's because this farm is quite tall, and if you start at Y62, it's going to reach the world height perfectly. If you go any higher than that, you won't be able to finish the top section of the farm. Now, the area of the base you want is 33 blocks across the front and the back, and 27 blocks on either side. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 33. Okay, so that's 33 blocks across. And we started this one, 1, 2, 3, 27. Okay. So this is what our area should look like. We've got 33 on the front and the back, and then 27 on either side, just like that. And now we want to go around the whole perimeter, and we want to increase this by another 5 blocks. So that we have a total of 6 blocks tall. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like that. And we're going to do that all the way around the wall. Okay, now that we have our walls all built up, we're going to go to the very center of the 33 block long wall, and we're going to punch a hole just like that. Now there should be 16 on this side and 16 blocks on this side. And then we're going to build out 5 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to do that. So that's where the water is going to come through, and this right here is going to be where you will stand to collect the drops from the farm. Now I'm going to be using cobblestone to denote where the water will sit on top of. Now you can use any blocks for any of this farm. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 blocks long here, just like that. And then we're going to go up by 1 and back by 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And once again, up by 1 and back by 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just like that. Then we're going to build up these internal walls here. So these are going to be just as high as the exterior walls, and these are going to house the water streams and also some redstone that comes in later. So we're just going to fill in these walls here that will come all the way to the back here, and these are going to go directly to the top of the walls. Okay, so as you can see, we've built up the walls to be just as high as the exterior walls, and if we come in here, this is what that looks like, just like this. Okay, now in some specific spots along this pathway, we're going to be punching some holes, and this is where the items will continue to flow in. Now we want to punch 2 blocks here, which is 2 blocks back and 2 blocks up, just like this. And we're going to break this block as well, so that we can place a cobblestone, because this is where the water is going to flow. Now out this way, we're going to bridge 7 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. And then we're going to go up by 1. So this line is 7 blocks long, and then this one will go all the way to the end, which should be 8 blocks long, just like that. And we're going to do the same thing on this side as well. So we've done the same thing again, 7 blocks here, 8 blocks here. And we're going to do this exact same thing right here as well. So if we place a block like that. And the last one we're going to do is right at the end here. We're going to break out these 2 blocks, and 1, 2, 3. So now you should have 3 sets of holes. The back one should look like this. The middle one should look like this. And the last one should look like this. And this is what it should look like from above at the moment. Okay, and now we're going to make the platforms where the mobs are going to eventually fall down onto. Now I'm going to use sandstone so that it's a bit more easily distinguishable. but we want to make it at this level here, so basically 2 blocks down from the top of the wall, and we want to fill in these blocks as well, just like this, and we're just basically going to fill in the whole rest of the empty space between these water collection sort of travels here. So if we build across like this, and across like this, now I'm going to fill in this whole space here, and I'm going to do the same on each of these spaces. Now this is what this should look like, and when you get to this back section here, you'll notice there's a gap sort of between them. We actually just want to fill that in. You can just fill the top 2 layers just like this with blocks, so that we don't have any flow from either side. That should be fine. Now this is the end result of what you want these platforms to look like, and if you aren't carving this out into a hill, you'll probably notice that underneath the farm has been turned into a big dark spot, and yeah, this is definitely going to spawn some hostile mobs, so you're going to need to come underneath and light this up with torches before you proceed. Alright, next you're going to need a whole heap of fences, and pretty much every single spot inside this area and this area here is going to have a fence on it. Now at each spot I recommend starting from the water streams here and placing fences along like this, just like that, and then you want to cover this whole spot in fences. Now this is going to take some time and obviously a lot of wood, but yeah, this is what you got to do. And once again, once you cover one section like this, start back down here, place a fence like that, and restart the process just like that. Alright, now next you're going to need a whole heap of signs, and we're going to ignore this first stream here, which is closest to our collection point, and we're going to go over to this stream here, and we're going to place signs on the block above the fences, kind of like that. So on this bottom stream here, it's sort of 2 blocks up, and relative to these ones, it's 1 block up, and we're going to place signs all the way going across the gap, just like this. Now this is going to block the water stream and allow the items to sort of flow into and get caught into here and not interrupt any of the other water streams. Now once we get to this gap here, we want to place another sign on this fence here. Oh, whoops. Okay, like I was saying, we're going to place a sign right here on this fence, just like that, and that's going to stop this water from flowing awkwardly down into this water here, like that. And then we're going to continue the fences along, the signs, why do I keep calling them fences? Along just like this until we reach the end, and that's how that's going to look. And we're going to do the exact same thing on this back one here as well, and then obviously these 2 as well. Alright, and this is what that looks like once all of the signs are in, and there is one more place where signs need to go, and we're going back into this section here. Now, where the fences are, obviously the water is going to be flowing above the fences there like that, and right here is where you want a sign, so that the water can't flow down into the water that's going to be down into the stream here. So we want a sign there like that, and now here on this one we want to place a block here with another sign just like that, and then the same thing on this end, we can actually just place a sign there like that. Okay, now it's finally time to put all the water in, and we're going to see that everything is in the correct place. So we're going to start with these spots here, the streams like that, and you can see the water flows down and gets stopped here, and then we're going to place another one there like that, and that's going to get stopped by the fence, the sign just like that. Then we're going to come over to this one here, and we're going to place water like this, and you'll see this one's a little bit shorter, so it gets stopped like that, and then we're going to place another water just like that. And then the last one on the back wall here in the same spots, just like that. Now we want to place water all along the last row of each of these segments here. So this one is going to be all in here. Yeah, as you can see, the water flows into here and kind of connects up to this water, and then the stream will push it across down to here. And now we're going to do the same thing on this side, and then the last one across here just like this. And now you should see that any items that land in this water stream will get pushed along, and then they will fall down into the water, and then they will get pushed all the way into our central sort of river area. And there he is. Now we're going to do the same thing on this side as well, and then we'll do this central water column in the middle. Alright, now this last bit of water addition is super simple. We're just going to walk all the way to the back of our main water stream in here, and we're going to place water at the back here like this, and that's going to bring us down like that. Now don't worry about this, that will still allow items to flow through, as you can see, like that. And then we're going to place another water stream like this, and then one more, just like that, and that will bring the items all the way to you. Now, just to quickly show this in action, I'm just going to throw a piston in there. That's going to drop down, and it's going to fall into this water stream and slowly make its way down here. Now, if you add ice into the bottom here where this cobblestone is, this will obviously be faster, but this farm is so that it's accessible to everyone, anywhere, anywhere in the world sort of thing. So, yeah. And if we drop down here, we can see the item slowly making its way to us. There we go. So now that the whole water system is done, we're going to be making the redstone line that'll activate the lava blades that will be able to turn on and off the farm. So we're going to place a lever right here on this top block like this, and we're going to make a line. So I'm going to use gold just to distinguish what the redstone line is going to be, but we're going to make a line all the way here, along like this, all the way to the end, basically. And we can actually put, let's get some stone, we can actually put this here, because we don't need that spot. And we actually need to put one block here like that. That's where the redstone is going to be. And then we'll come back here, and we're going to make a line of redstone, so all the way across like this. And put a repeater in there somewhere to make it work. So that should be right. And then we're going to put a regular piston on top there, just like that. And let's just quickly test that that's going to work. Click this lever, and there you go. You can see that the piston has activated. And before we make the tower going up, we're actually going to slab every bit of stone that we can see here, because we want this to be completely mob proof down here. So everywhere that is stone like this, we're going to put slabs down. That way, you know, no mobs can spawn here once we've got the roof all up in there. So I'm going to do this now, and I'll show you what that looks like. Alright, and that is what the farm looks like with all the slabs in place. Now we're going to move on to the lava blade activation. Now this is going to be pretty simple. We're going to place 12 sand or gravel blocks on top of this regular piston here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just like that. And then we're going to place a block against this sand block here, the top one there like that. We're going to place redstone on top, and then a lever on this side here. So that's going to be powering. So when we flick that lever and that piston extends, there will be another sand block here, and that's going to be powered. And on top of this, we're going to have a another regular piston there like that. So we're going to get rid of this block for now, just like that. So you should have a setup looking similar to this, where you've got this piston retracted with 12 blocks up, a gap, and then another piston there. And then we're just going to repeat that again. We're going to make another 12 block high tower, just like this. And we're going to place another block like this, just like that. And we'll put our next piston on, get rid of that block, and another 12. And that's the fourth piston. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that should be the last piston. So you should have one at the very bottom there, 2, 3, 4, and then on this fifth one, you're going to place 2 sand, just like that. I'll take a step back so you can see it. Alright, next we're going to come to this very top block here, and we're going to place another block here like that with a redstone dust on top. And then off that redstone dust here, diagonally, we're going to place a block and power it like that. That will make sense why we've done it that way later. And then on either side of this sand like this, we're going to build out 13 blocks. So that's 1, 2, 3, 13. Okay, so now if we look at it this way, we've got 13 blocks that way and 13 blocks that way. Then from this sand block here, we're going to count out 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the 4th block, we're going to place a block next to it. And then a piston facing towards the sand pillar here. Sticky piston to be exact. And then another block and a sticky piston. And we're going to do this until we've made 20 blocks long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 19, 20. So you should finish on a sticky piston just like that. Then we're going to come also to the last block over here, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to repeat this exact same thing over on this side as well. So we're going to count 4 blocks out, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to repeat the process. And this is what it looks like when you're done. Now, just to clarify, the ones that are closer to the center are facing inwards, and the ones that are further are facing outwards away from the center, just like that. Now coming back to our sand block, we're going to place 3 repeaters here on either side, just like that, and each side is going to be identical. Then that's going to be leading into a block like this, and we're going to place a repeater there like that, and then a block like that, and we're going to do this all the way down the line. So repeater on the block, and then a block on top, just like this, all the way down the line. And that's what that should look like. And then on this side here, we're going to place redstone dust going all the way along until this end block that we're going to place another block on top, and then we're going to do the exact same thing all the way across. And now that that is done, we're going to come to every single piston, and we're going to place a block like this, and then 2 blocks either side, just like that. And we're going to follow this pattern all the way down the line. So 1 block on the piston, and then 2 blocks jutting out of the side, just like this. And this is what it should look like. You've got these ones on the inside, these ones jutting out on the outside. Now the last thing we're going to do up here is we are going to surround this in basically a ring. So covering all of these blocks here, we're going to place blocks along just like this. And once we get to the end, we're going to go out 1 more block and then across 2 just like that. So it leaves a hole here like this, and then we're going to go back down the line. So in the end, you should have something that looks like this, where you've got basically a ring all the way around, and it's got holes every second block like that, and that should be the same on every single one of these. Okay, so once again, this is what the top should look like. You've got each segment here with the rings, and as you can see by the shadows that they are casting perfectly around the water streams here like this. Now if we make our way down, you can see that the pistons are all retracted, but if we flick this lever, you'll see them all close up. So this is the activation lever to cut off the lava once we put it up there. So let's flick it, and that will cut off all the lava. So we want it all closed, because now we're going to put in the lava. And now once you're back up here, you don't need lava for every single block, just enough to cover all of these blocks here. So if we go 1, 2, 3 on the 4th, just like that, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and on the 6th, just like that. So there's a 5 block gap between the 2, and then we can do the same from the back here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that, and that will create the most even spread. And you want to do this on every single slit like this. Now, very important, once you've got the lava in, you really do not want to flick this lever and open the lava, otherwise it will ruin all of your water down here. And yeah, we're going to work on the next section, which is going to make it so that we catch the lava before it hits the water. Okay, now this next step is probably the hardest and maybe the most tedious, least straightforward part of this whole process, at least in my opinion. And that is, we are going to be using invisible stairs in order to hold the lava. Now, invisible stairs, if you don't know how to create them, this is how you do it. You place a sticky piston with a block next to it, with redstone dust leading into that block, a stair in front of the sticky piston. Now this can be wood or cobblestone, and then you place a redstone torch here like this, and it creates a block that you can walk through, an invisible block that you can walk through, items can pass through, and yeah, but it is actually just a stair, but it is invisible. Now this block has some interesting properties in that mobs think that they can walk on this block, and yeah, once they walk on it, they obviously fall through it. Now this is the best kind of block to use when it comes to filling out this farm. So between all the platforms and when we catch the lava, this is the block that we're going to be using. And yeah, like I said, it does require a little bit of a glitch, but this is a pretty cool little quirk of beta that I'm happy we can utilize in a farm like this. But before we get started on placing in all of those invisible stairs, the first thing we're going to do is actually place in all of the spawning pads for all of our mobs. Now, we want to come to this second segment here with the sand, and we're going to go underneath this block to the side. So right here, we're going to build out 1, 2, 3 like that, and then 1, 2 like that, and we're going to keep this block and get rid of the rest like that. Now this block, if you stand on it, should be directly underneath the arm of the piston. So as you can see, that's the arm of the piston, and I'm standing right underneath it, just like that. And we're going to build out 1, 2, 3 like this, and this one should also be directly underneath the arm of the piston like that. And then we're going to build all the way out again, right underneath the arm of the piston on this side. So it should be about 12 blocks long and 3 blocks deep, just like this. And we're going to fill this space in like this. And once you've built the first spawning pad, you're going to place in a slab, just like this. So 1 on the end like this, and then 2 blocks between the next, 2 blocks between the next, and 2 blocks between the next. So you should have 4 just like that, and each corner should be directly underneath the arm of the piston, like that. Now, in case it wasn't clear, the spawning pad should go over the top of the water like this, and we're going to need 5 of these per level. So we're going to place a gap between like this, and then have another spawning pad here, another gap, and then another spawning pad like this, and another gap, spawning pad, gap, spawning pad. So you should have 5 total in the end, and once we've filled those out, we will work on the verticality as well. And this is what it looks like when all of the spawning pads are in on one level like this. This is what it looks like, and now we're going to work on all the rest of the spawning pads. Now you're going to build up by 3 blocks, so if we stop flying here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to remove those blocks below us like that. And then from here, we're going to copy paste the layer like that, and we're going to, yeah, basically add another layer exactly the same as this. And then once that layer is done, we're going to build up by 3 blocks and do the same thing again. Another 3 blocks, same thing again, and we're going to do that all the way until we reach the very top of the tower, until you can't do that anymore, basically. Now, this section of the tutorial is going to take you a long time, so I highly recommend you go check out all of my videos. It's actually part of the tutorial that you have to check out all of my videos, and yeah, make sure you subscribe and like and comment on all of them. Otherwise, this farm won't get built. It's just simply not possible without having done that. So yeah, definitely do that while you're grinding away at this project. And this is what the farm will look like once all of the spawning pads are in. Like I said before, it should be 5 across, and it should be 11 tall, so there should be 11 layers of spawning pads, and then, yeah, that should be either side. So this is what that will look like once you have them all in. Okay, so it's now time we start working with our invisible stairs, and we will do the lava catchment, but that will be one of the last things we do. But before we do that, we're going to actually fill every single block next to these spawning pads with these invisible stairs. So we're basically going to fill, we're not going to worry about this side or the inside as well. We're just going to worry about these sides here, and the same with on the inside here, these sides here that are touching the stone. And we're going to fill all of those with invisible stairs because mobs, like I said, can think that they can walk on them and they're going to fall through. So the way we're going to do that was we're going to come to the edge of the spawning pad here, and we're going to come to like the corner block like this, adjacent like this, and we're going to build out a little platform like that with a block on top like that, and then we're going to have our piston here, and we're going to place some redstone like this, and then we're going to basically just place our stair like this, and activate it like this. So we're going to turn it into an invisible stair like that, place another one, and you might want to leave it here so that you can automate this process. And yeah, they're basically just going to push each other along until they fill up the whole side of the platform. So I'm going to do this now, and I'll show you when it's done. Okay, so you can basically push it until the piston limit. Because these platforms are 12 blocks long, you can push it all the way along. Now this block is missing here. You're going to have one extra laying on this spot here. So with that, we can actually just grab a piston here like this, and we'll just add one extra block there. And as you can see, all the way across here, you can see the hitboxes. This whole side is filled, just like that. And we want to do that on every single one of these, and on the inside here as well. So I'll show you what that looks like on the inside layer as well. And then we'll add our last one there, and we will push that. Okay, so now with that done, we can see across this one, we have all of the invisible stairs along there. And then on the inside here, we have them all along here like this. And you want to fill every single gap with these. So every single side here and in between each of these gaps on all the levels you want it. So yeah, this is going to take another long while. So if you manage to watch all of my videos, thank you so much. Make sure you watch them a second time so that, you know, you fill the time. So yeah, let's get this done. Now, personally, I think the best way to do this and to keep track of which ones you have and haven't done is to build up like this. So actually build up all the platforms that you're going to need first, and then remove them once you have completed that row. So for example, as you can see, I've got the two missing ones that I've already done here, and then I would move to this row, move to this row and piston that one in, and then I'd get rid of this platform so I know that row is done. And I'd do that for all of these, and that way you know how much progress you've made and how much you've got left to do. Okay, now with that all done, this is what it should look like. If we come in here, you'll see that every row has these invisible stairs in them. No matter how high or low we go, we've got all these invisible stairs in between each gap going all the way up. Now that took a while, but it's definitely worth it. Now the last thing we're going to do just down here before we cover this whole thing in darkness is we need to make our catchment points for the lava. So each of these gaps here is where the piston's going to retract and the lava is going to come down. And we want to make something similar to this to catch the lava. So as the lava comes down, it needs to land in this little pocket here. Now these iron blocks need to be the invisible stairs, so that mobs can then fall through when the lava is gone. And yeah, the way we are going to do this is we're essentially going to create invisible stairs that go all the way along here like this. Just pretend it keeps going, and ones that are underneath like that, and another set like that. And basically once we've got those 3 rows basically of invisible stairs on this side and this side, we're going to go through and we're going to punch a hole every second block like this so that the lava can fall in. Now, because this pillar is in the way, we're going to start in the middle in a bit of an awkward way, so try and keep up with what's going on here. We're going to place some blocks here, and these are going to be where we are working in. And this should be about 12 blocks from the end here, and we want this to stick out one further, so here and here like this. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is exactly perfect like that. So it's essentially in line with this second one away from this pillar here, if that makes sense. And that's where we're going to place our sticky piston, just like that. And from here, it's business as usual. We're going to be creating our invisible stairs and pistoning them along until we can't anymore. Okay, and once we get to the point where we can't piston anymore, we're actually just going to remove this. We won't replace this just yet. And then we're going to shift this over by 1 block like this, so we can create our second row right next to it. Alright, and that's the end there. So now you should have 2 rows that go all the way out to here of invisible stairs, just like that. And we can break this block again. And we're going to do this on this side as well. And once these 2 rows on either side are complete, as you can see, these are all invisible stairs. We're going to come down by 1 block, like this. We're going to build this platform up just like that, and we're going to remove this layer here. And we're going to add 1 row at just the far side. So just like this, we can place those blocks there, and redstone dust like that, and these blocks are going to come out underneath the inner row like this, and that's what's going to catch the lava. And yeah, basically we can, obviously you have to avoid these a little bit, which is annoying, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. You can just place it in there like that and continue business as per usual. Okay, so now you should have this kind of upside down L shape like this, and those blocks should all come along the bottom here, and then should be 2 across like this, and that should be the same on both sides here. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to move this platform back to here so that we actually can finish off all of the rest of the invisible stairs. Now we're going to piston them in, and there should be no problems with pistoning these to the limit, because obviously they're going to crash into these blocks here, and we'll know exactly when we've reached it. And yeah, basically we're going to set up the same platform here, place these blocks in, and yeah, we can remove this and repeat the same process we just did in the middle there to create the exact same shape here, and we're just going to make it extend all the way to this point as well. So we'll start with the layer on the inside, and that's the limit there, and we should finish with this block here like this. Then we're going to bring this over by 1 block here and do the same thing again. And there's the limit there, so now we've created our 2 rows stretching all the way across like that. Now we just need to move this platform down by 1 block again and do the very last 2 rows in this space. And that is all done now. So if we go across here, you'll see that we have 2 rows that go all the way across like this, and then 1 row down on this level that goes all the way across here like this, and that is the same on both sides. Loads of invisible stairs here, and yeah, that is the process there. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to line up with the lava blades here. So where the piston is going to retract, you can see there's the piston extended there. Those iron blocks are where we want to break out just this top layer that is touching the stone block here. Just this 1 block here, we want to line it up. So we're looking at it there. Here it is. We're going to break that block, and then you can see there's 1 block here, 1 block here, 1 block here, and then 1 block underneath. So that is going to catch any fluid that comes down into that space. That way we won't ruin our nice, beautiful water down here. And you really want to make sure you get these right, because obviously if any lava gets down here, it's going to ruin your water, and it's going to make for a rough time. So yeah, pretty much it's every second block. So we've got this one down, and then there's 1 here, and then we get rid of this one, and we can look up and we can see that's the case there. So here's 1, and then we break that. Let's look up. Yep, that's it. Break, and that should be the last one there. There we go. So now it's hard to tell, but I have holes here, so if I grab a bucket of water, you can see I can place it in there, and yeah, we've got all these blocks holding it. So obviously, yeah, like I said, as the lava comes down, it's going to catch it in these spots like this. And we're going to do this on both sides, of course. Okay, now that that is done, we're going to repeat a pretty similar process for the outside. Don't forget we've got lava blades on the outside of each of this farm as well. And this one, we can actually, because that pillar isn't in the way, we can just build 1 layer on that side, and then 1 spot on this side like this, and they can kind of meet in the middle. That way you don't have to worry too much about starting in the middle like this. You can just meet those blocks in the middle from either side. So we're gonna get going on this, and yeah, it's once again the same process. You start with the inside, do the outside, and then go 1 block down and do the inside again. So yeah, I'm gonna get that done. And once again, this is what it should look like on either side. You've got this L shape here like this that goes all the way along. All those blocks are filled, and then every single one of those iron blocks, or you know, whatever your equivalent is. You punch out a hole every second block like this, and that will catch the lava. So once you are fairly confident that you have put all of those invisible stairs in correctly, it's now time to actually activate the lava blade itself. And we're going to do this because pretty much the last step is to cover this whole thing in darkness, and that will actually start the farm. But before we do that, we obviously want to turn it on and off so that we have full control over it. So we're going to flick this lever, and we're going to see all of the sand dropping down as the pistons go up. Pretty easy. And there we go. We can see all of the lava is now coming down, and if we fly, we can actually have a look at it coming down the farm like this. It's a pretty cool sight to see. It's even cooler once the shade has been put in. But we're going to wait for this lava to come down, and then you'll be able to see all the lava coming into their respective pockets. And there we go. Just like that, we can see all of the lava has been perfectly stopped at the exact same level, which is really cool. Okay, now one last thing before we put in the top layer and cover everything in darkness is we're going to put in some barriers on this side here. You'll notice that from the platform to the edge here is not very far, so mobs that actually come out here and fall a bit long, they might actually land on this. So we're going to put barriers all the way along up to the top here, and we're going to do that on both sides. We don't have to worry too much about this front side because, as you can see, there's quite a bit of a gap between here, and same with the back. So what we're going to do is about 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks in, so it's pretty much where this lava is, it's 1 block over like that. Just like this, and we're going to build this all the way across, just like this. So let's build it all the way along until it lines up exactly 1 block past where the last platform is, just like that, which is 4 blocks from the end like that. And then we're going to go up 1, 2 like that, and we're going to repeat the process again, and we're going to do this every single layer until we get to the very top of the farm, and we're going to do this on both sides. So I'll show you what that looks like when we're done, and then we'll finally put in the very last touch of this farm. Alright, so this is what the farm looks like with all of the barriers in place, and yeah, as you can see, they go all the way to the very top block there like that. And yeah, these are going to prevent mobs from falling out of the farm sort of on this side or on either side once the lava is taken away. And yeah, you can see the dimensions of the glass pretty easily here. You can see it juts out by 1 block on either side. And yeah, this is going to be very useful. So now the final thing that we need to do with this farm, apart from, you know, lighting up caves and things like that, which I'll talk about in a minute, the final thing we need to do is actually place slabs all around this big area here. And I'll tell you the dimensions of that. So we're going to start from this sand block here, where the sand tower is, and we're going to place a block here. And starting from here, we're going to go 12 blocks out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, just like that. So that is 12 blocks long. And then this way and this way, we're going to bridge out 28 blocks this way and 28 blocks this way, just like this. So starting 1, so that's 1, not that one, that's 1. 2, 3, 4, so that's 28 blocks here, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. Okay, so now we have 28 blocks on either side, and now we're going to bridge this way 47 blocks, including this one. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and same on this side, 47 blocks out, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And once we've gone 47 blocks out, we're going to connect these two together. And there we go. This is the area that we need to fill in. Now we're going to fill every single block we can on this layer with slabs. Now this is going to take a long time, and if you ever make a block like this, you got to get rid of it. It has to be slabs on the bottom layer like that. And we're going to go every single block, including the ones that are connected to pistons in here. Everything in this space needs to be completely slabbed over. Alright, and this is what the top of the farm should look like. This massive platform of slabs just like this going into this section here. Make sure you get into here as well. And I did realize while I was building this, I made a mistake earlier, and that is with the very top layer of glass up here. We actually want this to be slabs as well. So we're going to remove this and replace it with slabs. So apologies for that. I hope it didn't cost you too many resources. But yeah, we're going to do this on both sides, and then there's one more place we need to slab. Okay, now with all of that slabbed over, if you've built this farm starting at Y62, you should be at the world height, so you shouldn't really be able to place any blocks here like this, and you shouldn't have to worry about any mobs spawning at all. But if you've built this like I have a bit lower, so my Y level is at 70 right now, if you've done that, then there's one last place you have to slab, and that is over these redstone lines here. Now, the lava lights up pretty much every other block, so you don't have to worry about lighting up or any of these or slabbing them or anything like that, because they are spawn proof. If you want to, you can slab over these, but the main place that it doesn't hit is this redstone line here, and in beta, mobs can spawn on redstone lines. So we're going to cover this up with slabs just like that. Okay, now that is the fully completed hostile mob farm, and yeah, you're going to notice once you get to the bottom that down here is a little bit dark. You can light that up or slab it up however you like. Now, speaking of mob spawning, from this block here where you're going to be collecting all the resources, in a 128 block radius around you, so in a circular shape around you, but from this block, 128 blocks that way, that way, that way, and that way, you want to light up all the caves and spawn proof all of the spawning areas on the surface, and that will give you the most amount of rates from this farm. So if all of the caves are lit up, and all of the surface is lit up when it's nighttime, you're going to get the most amount of rates from this farm. Now, I'm in a world where there is no caves below me, and as you can see, it's just a big flat space, so I'm going to keep it daytime, so I should get the most possible amount of rates. So we're going to flick this lever, and yeah, as the lava trickles down, we should start seeing mobs falling down pretty quickly. Alright, as you can see, once the lava is gone, we can see all these mobs just raining down all over the place, which is pretty cool to see. And we can see all of the drops coming in. So if we stand here, yeah, you can see all these mob drops coming in, which is pretty wild. So if we use free cam, while we collect all those items, we can see, yeah, how quickly these mobs are falling down. And there is actually a bit of an oversight that I've made. I was building all of this in peaceful, but obviously slimes are going to take up the hostile mob cap, so technically this isn't actually running at full efficiency, but that's okay. In your worlds, hopefully it will be. But yeah, as you can see, just in that short time of standing here, you can see all of the mob drops that we're getting is pretty ridiculous. Alright, but that is going to be everything for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial and found it really useful. I for sure did. This is an insane farm, and yeah, I hope to see other people building it in their worlds. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Laters!